Hey, what's up everybody? How's it going? I'm so excited that you clicked on this video. Something like this is long overdue. So much has happened in my life recently, just everything from a new album to touring to some insane opportunities that just honestly I never thought would happen in my life. And I just owe an update to you because I have so many cool stories and I just want to tell you all about everything because it's just been such a dream lately. So I put on my Instagram story asking you for some questions, just kind of like, what have I been talking about recently that maybe I just haven't been explaining enough and kind of what's going on. Again, just some really cool things have been happening to me. So I just want to be transparent and share with you how excited I am and how just like cool I think things have been lately. Also, if some of you have been following long enough, look how big that plant is getting now. I actually don't know what to do about it. I think it's actually too big now. So if any of you have any ideas, if there's any botanists, I think that's the right thing, let me know. Do you regret moving to New York? So I moved to New York almost exactly a year ago now. I think I've lived here 51 weeks. New York has been probably one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. I've learned so much about myself and I've really just had so many amazing opportunities, whether it be professionally or just musically. New York is just such an inspiring city to be a young creative person in, and that's just what I want to spend my whole time doing right now. I've met a lot of people. I've been able to play shows because of those people that I've met. I've gotten to play some really cool and famous New York City venues, which is amazing. Now I've been able to experience every season in New York too, which I think is a huge thing. The summer is my favorite time of the year, but God, the summer is disgusting in New York. But there are those really beautiful days that you just like love this city again and again and again. It's a really strange relationship me and New York have. I did go to LA recently and I love Southern California so much. I grew up on the West Coast in Seattle and San Francisco for some time, so it really does feel like home to me out there. I went to school in Boston, and so the Northeast kind of does have a homey vibe to me now. And I'm always somebody that's always thinking like, well, what else is out there? What else could I be doing? And so settling down is a really strange thing for me. And I just re-signed my lease. And this is the first time I've ever re-signed a lease. So living in one spot for more than a year is gonna be strange for me. God, New York is so expensive. Like it hurts actually sometimes how much you're spending just to live here, but there are those days that just mean everything. When we had our music festival premiere and I got to like just celebrate on a rooftop with my friends, and it was just like, it was one of those moments. And sometimes I even have those moments like walking through the streets and just like a really good song comes on and I'm listening to it and I'm just like, I like live here. And it just blows my mind. Also, literally as I say, I live here. I didn't even know construction was happening, but there's construction happening outside my window today. The one day I actually want to film a video, so if you hear background noise, that's what that is, and I apologize for that. Hopefully it's not too annoying when I listen to this back. So no, I don't regret moving to New York. I think it's a great place to live as an early 20-something. I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. I like to adventure and live different places though, so we're gonna find out what happens next. But no, I don't regret moving to New York. Tell us about the Grammys. I went to the Grammys this year in Las Vegas. It was insane. It was kind of like a pinch me moment just because that is such a top tier experience to be able to go to the Grammys. I won't explain like how I got to go just because I'm under certain contracts and stuff for that. So that's a question I wish I could answer, but I can't at this point. But I will tell you the experience I had. I'd never been to Las Vegas before, and so I learned I really don't like Vegas. I'm so sorry to people who live in Las Vegas. It just isn't my like scene, but I did love going to the Grammys because again, it was such this iconic thing, and my buddy from LA came out and we just got like all dressed up, and it just felt so strange to be like walking into the Grammys. Like I actually we ordered a car to bring us there, and the traffic was so bad actually to get into the arena because it was at the MGM that the driver actually told us just to walk. And I was like, it's so hot outside and I'm wearing a full-on suit and I'm gonna sweat and I don't want to sweat, but it's like fine. You've seen something on TV for so many years and you just idolize it in such like an insane like way, and you're just like standing in this crowd and you're just like looking around and you're like, all of these people are here for a reason, and like it's just so cool to be surrounded by those people. Like even if I didn't know who they were, like just to be surrounded by people doing cool things and things that I want to be doing was just really inspiring. We walk in and there's like all of these people crowded on the sides, and like they're taking pictures and they're filming. I'm like, I'm just so sorry, like I am nobody. Like they're gonna watch that footage back and be like, who was this kid? But it was really fun, and everyone was really, really nice. I think I was nervous about being there just because I did feel like this little, even though I like was supposed to be there, I felt like a little bit of imposter syndrome just because, you know, it's in an arena, but it's like kind of small though too. Like it's not as big of a crowd as you would think for like this magnitude of a show. It took forever to get in just because, you know, security is pretty tight. I'd been to concerts in arenas before and it was a similar vibe. Like I was peeing, like, I don't know, we were just like, you're peeing in a urinal like with like some top industry people, like, and we're all just like, it was so strange. I was just trying to be so present and like trying to soak it all in, and literally like I got into the arena 5 minutes before the show started, and because it's on like live TV, like these things start like punctual. It's not like any other thing that or any other concert that like you or I would go to, like where they can start like a little bit late. No, like this thing's like they're live, they're doing this. We just sat down in our seats and I'm just like, I can't believe there's all these cool people around me. It was so weird to see like a stage, and like, because you know on TV when they do it, like, I'm doing an awful job explaining this. They have like the two sides of the stage and like one will kind of come up and they're transitioning. Like the coolest part about being there was actually seeing how the show flows, and like it does not stop. And even though they were like, okay, we have like 4 to 5 minute commercial breaks, like that time flew by. But I was also stressed because if you like left, you couldn't come back in until the next commercial break, and I wanted to see like the performers at every like section. I ran to the bathroom to look down at that floor and just be like, this is just like the most famous musicians in the world, like just mingling down there. I think that was the coolest thing actually during the commercial breaks, like watching people mingle with each other. It was 3.5 hours, like it was a long time, but it actually didn't feel that long because it was so entertaining. Like it's like the show never stopped, and it's one of the shows that do more performances than actually give out awards. But actually when they give out awards, that was the most fun like part of the show, because like everyone around us, we would kind of be like, okay, like no, like we'd be like to each other, like they got it, like they got this one, and it was just really fun to see the speeches happen and really just feel like it almost like felt like I wasn't there, like I really was just watching it on TV. I don't want to say like there really wasn't a difference, but it was really something that kind of blew my mind how insane it was. Everyone's dressed so nice, and it was just really fun to be there. And I think I was definitely like younger amongst the crowd, so I definitely think a lot of people were looking around like, who are you, like what are you doing here? I think I was with a lot of industry people, and so like I was maybe like half the age of a lot of the people there. Just to be there and to soak it all in, like I really can't explain it. I hope I get to go again one day, and I hope I'm sitting closer, and I hope, you know, like I hope I get to experience that again one day. But it is also one of the things where like I really feel like I experienced it, and like it was such a amazing like memory and experience that I actually don't have this deep desire to at least live that same experience again. Like it was such a cool thing that I got to be a part of, and to watch and just talking to the people around me, and like it just really inspired me to like work really hard to continuously be able to be there and be a part of this industry. And yeah, it was really, really inspiring. And then it was weird, I just like went back to a hotel room after that. It was so strange. I feel like I did an awful job explaining that, but it really was one of the coolest things of my life. And it was really cool too, because where I kind of thought like it would just be another event for a lot of these people to go to, like there really was this energy in the air that like we do all feel really grateful, and it's so cool that we're all here right now, especially after the pandemic when things were just so uninspiring and I wasn't feeling super ambitious, and to have that as just a re-energizer meant a lot. What was your proudest moment in the past year? my album came out. That was definitely just a huge moment for me. The debut of the new show with the new music and the new band last November in New York was a huge moment for me because I think it marked a huge shift for me musically. Headlining my first music festival, that was a huge thing. I also think giving my TED Talk, like that happened, that was so cool, and having that air, like that was a huge bucket list thing that I really didn't think ever would happen for me, but like also happened so early in my life. And I got to go on my first tour like as an opening act like these past few weeks, and I just wrapped that up and I'm hoping another one comes through soon. It was so cool to be able to tour with a band that I look up to and like learn from every single night, and to meet their fans and have people be so warm and welcoming to me and just like tell me after that they really liked that one song I played, or you know, buy the merchandise, or all those little things. Like I soaked up every single moment of all of that, and I think I just had the biggest smile across my face during the whole thing. And to be able to play this new music for new people and have people like enjoy it is the most rewarding thing, because you spend 2 years of your life making this album that's so deeply personal to you, and then you finally get to hand deliver it to people and people feel something with it. Like that is just the biggest reward, and I think one of the best feelings of my entire life. A lot of cool things happened this past year, but that was definitely towards the top. What are you up to now that the album is done? An album is so much work. I really wish I could just like rest for a bit. That's actually a lie. I don't. I'm never gonna rest. What the hell is that? I'm really gonna be playing shows. That's the goal, just to be playing as many shows as I possibly can. My media and management company, FRNDLY, is doing a lot. We have our music festival this summer in New York. If you happen to be in New York, you definitely need to come out to that. It's gonna be one of the coolest things I think I've ever put on. I'm also always just working on sort of smaller projects and stuff and researching kind of the best way to move my music forward, and I've already started writing again, and I really just want to collaborate and meet a ton of people and figure out how other people can bring out a new sound in me through collaboration. That's really where I'm at right now. I'm really just open to any opportunity and just kind of saying yes and seeing where the rest of the year takes me. What's on your bucket list for the rest of the year? That's a great question. I just want to travel. I need to see my family. I want to play more shows. I love playing shows. It's the most rewarding thing. I want to get a lot better at content creation, whether it be here on YouTube or TikTok or whatever social platform is the hype thing at that point. And I just have a lot of personal goals for my music to reach, and just to take things a little bit more seriously and be very purposeful and intentional. Just kind of create and build the best community around my art and the artists that I work with, their art, and just be proud of myself by the end of the year. There's stuff in the works though. There's stuff in the works that I can't like talk about yet, and oh my god, I hate it when people say that. Like I know you're probably all rolling your eyes right now. It's the worst thing when people say they can't talk about it yet, but there are some things that I get to be a part of and new things for me that I've never done before. That's just kind of a brief life update. There's so much happening. I'm sure you'll hear from me soon. Make sure you go stream my new album. Sorry for the shameless plug there. Everything's gonna be in the description. Check out the album, check out the music festival. All the tour dates, or a link to the tour dates, are gonna be in the description. I'd love to see you all there. I'm gonna just really be trying to play as much shows as I can, and meeting a ton of people. So thank you so much, seriously, for all the support. I really feel like I've had one of the best years of my life in the past year, and we're only gonna do more, bigger, and better things. Thanks so much, guys. Again, I will talk to you soon. Bye.